Hey Siri, what is the Waste of Time podcast?
The Waste of Time podcast is an independently recorded podcast that covers a wide range of topics, hosted by Let's Talk Cars host Oliver Giles.
Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the Waste of Time podcast. I'm Oliver Giles, here yet again with Ben Rose.
Hi, my name's Ben Rose. How you doing? I'm back at the Waste of Time podcast, and I'm here with Oliver Giles.
Yeah, okay, so anyway, before we get started, I want to kind of apologize for episode 3. I mean, it was a good episode overall. I think probably one of our favorite, I think it's actually one of my favorite ones to record that we've done so far. However, I do want to apologize for the fact, because it was, so normally they come out on Wednesday or Thursday. Episode 3 came out on a Saturday. I've had a lot of schoolwork to do. I've been given a lot of projects. We'll actually get into this whole schoolwork situation in general later on in the podcast, but at least I hope we will, if we have time for it. But, anyway, so I'm sorry about that. I had a very busy week last week. Editing took a lot longer, especially on the YouTube version, because episode 3 was a lot more visual than the previous two. So yeah. Anyway, hopefully I'll be trying to get back to the Wednesday, Thursday upload schedule for this podcast. Otherwise, if you happen to have the YouTube notifications on, then you know if it uploads. Otherwise, we'll have to check back. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, Ben, let's get started. So again, like we always do, we're going to try to start off with just how coronavirus has been affecting us. And for me, pretty much nothing has changed in the last week since we recorded the podcast. Last week.
Oh, well, since last week, I told you last week that I fixed my room. But since last week, I've been online more. I've been talking to my friends. I've been looking for jobs. I mean, this is, yeah, you're right. It's kind of like last week, except I finally got my album on Spotify.
Woo, nice.
I'm sorry, I got a plug.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
Got a plug. It's Decision Day. It's called Decision Day by PCBV.
Ben,
online.
If you remind me, I'll put a screenshot of the album cover here. If you remind me, I'll put, on the YouTube version, I'll put a thing here for that.
Yeah, it is whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do, you go ahead and do it. But so the thing is, when you put your album on Spotify, you need to link your artist account to your you gotta link your artist. I don't know how to say this. You link your artist account to your regular account, right?
Yeah.
And so I've gotten access to my artist account, and so for the last week I've been online, and then every time I'm online, there's one person playing, and I'm like, who the fuck keeps playing my goddamn album?
Oh, oh no.
Times. Yeah.
Do you just leave it playing in the background, not notice?
I've got some pretty good streams. Yeah, I mean, I've just playing it in the background.
Nice.
For real. Honestly, it's just been I don't know how to promote. I don't know how to get my album out there. So sorry for plugging, but I'm gonna plug a lot. That's just the way that it goes.
It's fine. But for me though, apart from a bunch more my school, I've been saying that last few weeks I've been trying to keep motivated to school, right? There wasn't only a whole lot to do. Well, in the last, so we're recording this one on Sunday when we normally record them on Tuesday, so it's not been a full week yet. But since we recorded episode 2, I've gotten, I think, 12 new school assignments dropped on me. And to be fair, a few of those different steps of one big project. There's 3 assignments all the way up to one big project for English class. However, that being said, it's just, it's just I don't know what, but it's even if I know that all the way up to one project, right? It just gets me nervous to see so many different assignments at once, all in my Google Classroom stream. What the hell? Ugh. So it's and I think it was in the space of 5 minutes, my iPad went ding, ding, ding. I got 6 notifications in 5 minutes for Google Classroom. It was why? But yeah, so
that sucks, dude. So what I've had a ton. Sorry.
Go ahead. It's fine.
I've had a ton of new projects. We have to do this. We have to contact and do some service opportunity while in fucking lockdown. I don't know how the fuck that works. They're thinking of putting online they put graduation signs in my friend's backyard the other day. They got into her backyard. I don't know how the fuck they did that. It's fucking crazy, and it's just all this schoolwork's being piled on me. We were gonna have a graduation parade, but then they stopped it because the SF was no, you can't have that.
I mean,
so
yeah,
it feels every
obviously
single
that's
good
kind
part
of
of school handing has just gotten there, but the bad parts fucking stayed, and it fucking sucks. I hate it.
I mean, obviously you can't have a massive gathering of graduation. It's just that's kind of common sense at this point. But yeah,
but it's a car parade.
Oh really? I mean,
yeah, so like it was a car parade, but the city of San Francisco has outlawed car parades. So
we had one in Watsonville a few weeks ago to celebrate the farmers who are still actually working to get food on the table around here, like local produce type stuff. So I know what you're talking about when you say car parade. I didn't see the car parade, but I actually do you know the app Newsbreak?
no,
It's a good app for just like local news in the area. They even have like a whole thing dedicated to coronavirus. It's like I'll get notifications every like a few times a day just from like either like Watsonville, like where I live, like Watsonville, where I live, like Monterey area, that type of area, or just like California in general, and all about everything like from like good happy news to serious stuff about coronavirus, which is pretty good. But like anyway, I saw on Newsbreak that like I think it was like a week or two ago we actually had like there in Watsonville there was actually it's supposed to be or there was I can't remember which, but there was a car parade scheduled to celebrate like farmers who were still like actually like working to produce food in this area. But yeah, like circling back around to what we were talking about before, like, but like for me, like apart from the school stuff, not much has really changed for me.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Also, it's kind of like
school's taking up so much.
It's kind of like yeah. I mean, it's like at school, like this point, like school is like the one constant thing in my life that is still kind of going. Like it's kind of like why Let's Talk Cars season 5 has not gotten past episode 1 yet, because I was going to be reporting on events in the car world. However, right now everything stopped. So, yeah.
It's no car world.
Yeah, I mean, I could do a bunch of other. I might do a podcast with Theo that's like Let's Talk Cars themed podcast, waste of time thing. But we'll see about that anyway. But yeah. So
what will you talk about is the question.
I mean, there's still plenty of terrible cars that came out in the last few years to make fun of, stuff like that. We all like whenever I got Theo over, like we kind of feel like we do for this one. Like, it's like. Whenever we film Let's Talk Cars, like Theo and I, actually, same thing when you came over to film that the Ford Pinto episode, right? Like we had like yeah, so like we had like a few bullet points and we just went off of that. So we'll figure out something if Theo and I do if Theo and I actually do have a Let's Talk Cars podcast, we'll think about that. We'll figure something out. We always do. Anyway, so yeah, not much has changed except for the fact that I've made a humongous spelling error on our slideshow. By the way, I've upgraded our notes because like we always have notes for this podcast. Last time it was an email document. The first 2 times it was Google Drive, Google Docs, and now I put on a Google Slides document. There's a massive spelling error in our first slide. Anyway, so speaking of like, what do you plan on doing like this summer? Because like you say talking about jobs. I mean, there's some like it's like tutoring you can do that over like online or whatever. But like most like type of like I guess like. Graduating high school senior jobs aren't really available right now because of like lockdown. Because we didn't really know what the summer's gonna look like.
You know what's fucking insane and stupid?
Yeah.
A lot of tutoring companies won't hire you now unless you have a bachelor's or are close to having a bachelor's.
Huh?
Because they don't want to hire you for some fucking reason.
Can you like do like does your school have a summer like? Does your school, you guys don't have like a summer school thing you could volunteer tutor for or anything like that?
We cannot volunteer tutor for it because we are leaving the school. So you can only do it if you're in the school. You have to be a rising
almost
senior.
That's almost counterintuitive at this point. Almost, it seems kind of odd.
Yep. So what I'm planning to do is honestly just fucking chill, make music, maybe do like practice problems so my brain doesn't fucking die.
That's good.
And keep searching for jobs. If I want to do something, I think I might be an essential worker. Like I might work in like a grocery store. Or something.
You had a job last summer. I mean, we both kind of. But you had like an actual job. I had a paid internship. You had an actual job.
I did not like my job. Not gonna lie, it was kind of one of the worst jobs I've ever been in.
I had a paid internship with my city government, which was. It's kind of funny. It's like I left school, then 2 weeks later, I got a paid internship with the city government, and I got assigned to the school thing. So I was literally, because my school is like the hub school pretty much for the entire public school system. Like the government, the school, like the city government offices that control the school stuff, right? They're on my school campus. So I left school at the end of junior year. A few weeks later, I was back in that building doing my paid internship. It was kind of funny. But yeah, so I guess just getting a job this summer, even if it's like a paid internship or an actual job, is gonna be a lot different than it has been for anyone in the past, really, just because how, like, because again, we don't know how lockdown's gonna go.
Honestly, I'm just planning. I just want to see my friends again. Like,
yeah, same. It's like I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to start college on time. I might have to start college in January because it depends if it's actually open or not.
We're gonna have to do online learning for mine, honestly. Well, actually, no, because they're letting housing applications happen, and you might have wondered, audience, why were you so absent-minded in the beginning, forgetting yourself? I was kind of looking at the housing application for the first few seconds.
It's like. I think it's like Southern Oregon University, the place I'm going, right? Like we're still like in the whole conversation about like getting dorms. Like, I'm still going through the server hub on a weekly basis, trying to like find like good roommates or whatever it is. Like housing applications are still officially open for them. However, they've also said that it may not actually like they might not even do online learning. They said, okay, you know what? If you're going to start in September, you can start next term in January. So I might not actually start in any school at all until January for my freshman year of college.
Well, that's how the cookie crumbles. But my school has said that they're going to let us start in September. So
that's good. That's good. There's some level of normalcy there. That's good.
Yeah, for sure. You want to switch? You want to switch gears? Okay. Now for this next slide, I have written down AP tests.
Oh, I'll put a screenshot here. Don't worry. I'll put on the YouTube. I'll put a screenshot of exactly what you wrote.
Trevor Packer is a whore. I just want to say, if you were taking an AP exam, I feel your pain. I am so sorry that you have to do this. However, I'm taking 4. All right, I got Gov tomorrow, AP Government and Politics tomorrow. I got Calc on Tuesday, which is the
Ben?
reason why I'm not filming this on Tuesday night, because I feel like I'm going to die after that Calc. I don't know if I'm going to be able to live after that Calc. Honestly, I think I might very much consider not waking, just sleeping for like a whole fucking day. I can't deal with this shit. There's so much stress. I studied my whole ass off today, and I just need a break today, which is why I need to do the podcast today. So it's like I need a break from studying American goddamn government. If I actually do one more thing about limited fucking government, I'm blowing my goddamn brains out. Faster than Alexander Hamilton fucking got his blown out by goddamn Aaron Burr. This is so fucking stupid. I love government. I love American government, but at the same time. So, Oliver, do you know what a regular AP test is like?
No.
So a regular AP test is you go in, you sit down, and then they give you a multiple choice question, normally with 60 questions, and then you have to answer that in like an hour, and then they give you like a packet of 5 or 6 free response questions. You get like another hour or 100 minutes normally to answer.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty cool. And we were like, wow, that's awesome because a lot of time. So we studied our asses off for that. But then as soon as lockdown happened, College Board was like, hey, we're doing 45-minute online tests with 2 FRQs this year. No multiple choice. Are you kidding me? I don't know what to study for. I don't know how to study.
That sucks.
There's nothing I can do.
That is,
it does.
ouch, damn.
It really is.
Like,
I
like your studying is now,
I don't know what the
like all the time you spend studying is now pretty much useless because you don't know, like that's a pain in the ass.
Well, the good news is I've studied today, and I kind of think I know what they're looking for, and my studying for Gov was not for naught, thank God. But my studying for Calc, my studying for AP Environmental, and like 3/4 of my studying for Mandarin is out the fucking window, and it sucks. And Trevor Packer should have just canceled all the APs instead of being a whore.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like my school actually doesn't do AP stuff, but I'm in like I guess we call it high honors English class, which is just a high level English class, which is But again, like it's like I guess it's like my entire project, which was gonna be like an in-person thing and like a test thing, it now got moved online with very similar results to what you got. I think like they kind of changed up a lot about what we're gonna be doing, just to make it work. Like again, like I mentioned this in the last episode, but like my science final, because like just to recap what I mentioned in the last episode in case you guys missed it. My science classes are normally on a Friday. You do like they're 2-hour-long classes. The second hour is always like lab work, like physical like lab work, which we obviously can't do now because we don't have lab ingredients at our homes, unless you live. Actually, no, pretty much no one has lab ingredients. Like there's like some like very specific chemicals for like tests and stuff like that. So obviously we can't do that. So now they've kind of made it into more of I guess like a lab theory thing as well as just like an actual like final project. So not only did they change what our test is a little bit to test us on stuff that we kind of only knew a little bit of because we missed quite a bit of it, because we've not had like the whole because we've not had like actual like full on like proper like 2 hour classes. So, we've only had like bits and pieces here and there. So like, not only do we not know everything that they're going to be testing us on because we've actually had it in the source material presented to us yet, but also now they're adding a whole other thing that we were not prepared for at all up until last week, which is just fucking fantastic, isn't it?
That fucking sucks. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
It's the worst. It's literally like the worst fucking thing. Like they have to change this. Why don't you just cancel it? We don't need AP exams anymore.
I mean, it's like
and I'm not just saying this because I'm bad at tests. You know?
It's also like
we're good at tests.
Yeah. I think it's also like for me, it's like everyone in my senior class already has got accepted into high school in the college if they're going to college. I mean, like some of them have decided not to go to college, but I know for a fact like everyone in at least in my senior English class has if they decided to go to college, I know everyone's already been accepted. So then why are we like? It's like my grades are already going to get accepted even if I fail this. Because also like again, my school is doing a thing where I think a lot of schools are doing something similar to this, but like even if my grades aren't good this year, they can do like the whole coronavirus thing. They cannot drop my grades below where they were at the end of third quarter, which was an A in English, or sorry, B+ in English, and then like a B in science. So no matter what, I can't fail bad enough to get that on my actual transcript. So I don't know, like again, like tests, I guess. Like, I'm in a public school, so I guess something blah, 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 something government-mandated bullshit. But I guess, like, for you, I don't really see, like, what the point is, yeah.
Yeah, like, I think I see the point for juniors, for sure.
Yeah, juniors,
I don't see the point for seniors.
Because it's like, we've already been accepted into college, yeah. We've already done that, so, yeah.
Oh, yeah. My teacher, my teacher for philosophy, it's called seminar, but it's essentially a philosophy class, he asked me to write like a 9-page thesis on music and resistance as my final.
Okay.
And you never say no to this teacher. And I honestly was happy to do it. And then I fucking realized, oh shit, I have 4 fucking APs due. And I need to do this on top of studying for them. And on top of writing another fucking essay.
Oh
for
no.
English, and on top of studying for a final.
So
every single class.
It's a mandatory thing. It's not like extra credit. It's a mandatory thing. Yeah.
It's a mandatory thing. That's my final.
Oh,
honestly,
God.
I could get a 10 on the final and keep an A. But I love that teacher so much, so I need to do it.
Again, it's because like I could obviously it's like again like my grades cannot drop below where they were in the third quarter, which is pretty good. All right, I think it's like overall my grade was I think a B flat, not a B minus, just a B overall for third quarter. I think actually for this year in general, right, which is pretty good, at least with my standards, for what I've been doing over the last years, at least in my school. Anyway, point being, like, it's just like, I could not do these tests. But I'm obviously I'm going to do the test anyway, just to avoid being yelled at by the school system, my teacher, and my parents. But also, just like, why?
It just sucks, man. It's just the worst.
Anyway, moving on to something a little bit more fun, right? Let's talk about the
Wild Man Oliver.
Yep, this is the Wild Man Oliver section. If you guys missed the last episode, I sleep outside in a tent now. I think we actually mentioned this in episode 2. Sorry, I think episode 2 was the night. Like, yeah, we need to actually come up. We should actually come up with like an intro to this segment, like an actual like a theme, or whatever. Anyway, I think it's like so.
Okay, I have something.
Okay, go ahead.
I can't. Hold up. I can't. I'm sorry. I'll do it later.
All right, cool. Whatever. Anyway, anyway, point being, I think it was like so. Okay, anyway, so I think it was in episode 2. I think we recorded episode 2 then like at 8:00 on the I think that was a Tuesday night, right? And I had not yet spent a night in the tent during episode 2, right? Because like so I think it was like episode 2 I spent the previous night outside on a lawn chair. Episode 2, so then I think it was like the night after we filmed episode 2 or recorded episode 2, then I started in the tent. So I've been in the tent since almost 2 weeks. So I think it's like something like 9 nights now, something like that. 10 days and like 9 nights, something like that, right? So anyway, it's been a lot of fun. I've not brought the monitor in there. I've only brought the monitor in there once in the last week since we recorded episode 3, just because it's fun, but it like in no way is the hassle of transporting an Xbox or any console really and a monitor over there and speakers over there. Like it is in no way worth the payoff. It's fun for a joke and just to have it there, but I could just, sit in my basement, my bedroom, and play that, and then when I'm ready to go to sleep, go out to the tent. Or just go out there to relax, you know what I mean? It's like, while it's fun to do it, it's not worth the payoff at all.
Work in your play area, too.
Yeah. But like, I think you mentioned that episode 2 as well, but it's like, but again, like, it's like, while having the monitor out there is a cool thing. I mentioned in episode 3 that I bring it in during the daytime along with the consoles because it gets to like 100 degrees in the tent, it could fry it. Even with the windows open, I don't want it to, because the tent does have windows. Even with those things open, I don't want it to mess any circuitry, so I always bring it in during the daytime. So the fact that I have to bring it in there and bring it out, it's not worth it. I mean, I'll do it every once in a while because, it's fun. As I said before, it's a little novelty, a little bit of a joke, a little bit of a novelty thing, but like, yeah, no, it's not worth it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, man, Oliver, honestly, I'm really excited to see where this goes. I've said this like every single time. I'm excited to see where this goes.
Also,
I want
Ben,
to see.
I would
like to see a vlog.
I would film a vlog, yeah, but like including what? Because it's gonna pretty much be this like. I have a few sets of footage. I feel like maybe a few minutes of footage collected for that over the last few weeks.
Make it a shit post.
Okay then.
I'm glad to make it a shit post.
You want? So it should be like a nightly thing then.
Yeah, it's like a night vlog, but you can't see anything, and you just make a shit ton of weird ass noises, and it's just like you just crash the tent, just like wonder who that is, and then you get out and it's just you.
Ben,
like,
you're not gonna get this, but this is Richard Hammond coming to you from Tent in the Dark. Oh boy, it's a Richard Hammond joke. It's a very weird. It's a Top Gear thing.
Okay. I don't know.
No, I think it's just like one of the guys from Top Gear had a BBC wildlife special in which he filmed animals in the dark, but you couldn't see shit.
I mean, that's the way to film animals, right? I don't want to see them.
Yes.
Speaking of animals and not wanting to see these things open, gross, let's talk about non-essential businesses.
Oh, boy.
Number 1. Can I introduce this one?
Yeah, go ahead. You want to start off? Go ahead.
Okay. What is up, everyone? All right, so today we're going to be doing a non-essential business review.
This is kind of like a continuation or reprise of what we did episode 1.
Yeah, so essentially what's happening is there's been a ton of businesses that say that they are not their essential businesses and they need to stay open. However, they don't. So we're going to go down the list and we're going to offer commentary on each one first. So first, Gamestop, curbside pickup. Do we even need to mention this again? You are not an essential business.
Hold on. Oh. That's true, Ben. But to be fair, last time it was in-store, everything you could actually browse around and shop. Now it's curbside pickup. They're still open where they have no right to be, but
the federal government stepped in.
Pretty much they just kind of they kind of sprayed a turd with Axe body spray, right? They kind of disguised the fact that it's a turd with the smell, but it's still a turd.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's just like the John Oliver. It's like a turd sandwich with guacamole. I mean,
yeah, pretty much.
Guacamole. That doesn't mean it's not shit.
Absolutely.
Anyways, Big 5 sporting goods in store. God damn it if I don't get my swamp heater and my AK-47 during this quarantine.
Here's the thing that's like
you get there are guns.
Yeah, there's other thing. Like Big Five also, I actually got a very good pair of shoes at Big 5 Sporting Goods once as well. But for like they got good running shoes. But anyway, but like also it's like I guess like running shoes. I guess like it's like right now like running is one solitary sport you can do, if you live in an area like I do. Anyway, but point being is like I think it's like Dollar Tree. There's actually something about this on the Newsbreak app. They aren't filtering how many people go into the store at once. There were reportedly from Newsbreak, I think there were like 30, 40, 50 people in there at once. I think at one point, and it's not a big store.
Oh my god!
It's
that's horrible.
Ben, actually, it's actually Ben. I think you went to the movie theaters when we went to go see Aquaman a few years ago. That piece of shit, right?
Yeah.
It's in the shop. It's like the parking lot like if you're going out of the movie theater, the parking lot directly across from that. It's in that with the Baskin Robbins, all that stuff in there, and the Verizon store and Spirit Halloween. That's not Spirit, but like Halloween store. Halloween store is only there for like 2 months a year. That kind of thing. Speaking of which, Verizon wireless stores, why are you still open? Like, you can negotiate cell phone contracts online, and you can buy phones online. There's no reason for that. Like, also, I don't like very rarely. I think that I know of, it's like you can like negotiate and get new contracts over the phone with Verizon. People have been doing that with phone providers, right, for a while now. And you can or online, and you can also buy new phones online. So why are they open? From 7 to 8. 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Why? Anyway, But that okay? Why Verizon Wireless debatable? Why the hell is Watsonville Jeans, a place that sells leather boots and blue jeans exclusively? Why are they open? I can't understand. Like, why?
It's not essential. It's not essential.
No, it's not. No, absolutely not. Like
jeans during these fucking times.
They sell jeans and like faded leather cowboy boots. That's what they sell.
There's a snake in my boot.
Oh boy! Also, so like San Francisco, up until last week, there were quite a few bookstores open in San Francisco as well. And Starbucks is going to try to reopen as well pretty soon over there as well, apparently.
So one of the things that is open for us that is a non-essential business.
Bagel.
Is this bagel shop? A fucking bagel shop. They do not limit the amount of people that can come inside.
You can make the argument that it's a food place, that it serves food. That can be an argument that's made, but
no, but they have lines out the fucking wazoo. Who the fuck gets bagels every morning, bitch? There's like literally a cafe that serves curbside or a restaurant that's cheaper.
I could make a very good New York joke right now, but it's probably not the right time for that.
If there's a restaurant in the area that's cheaper than a fucking bagel place. Bagels are a luxury. They're not an essential business. They're just not. And they're harming the people when they do that. Also, I think one of the problems is that Oliver and I kind of disagree on what would be considered an essential business. Like, there's some...
Not really.
Like, there's some healthy disagreement is fine. But, like, I think that in San Francisco, at least, we've been really good at following social distancing. I only know 2 of my friends that have ever tried to go out. One of them has gone out with her boyfriend like 9 trillion fucking times. We're upset, but, we still move on. And it's just like everyone's been really good with social distancing since it started taking place. There's been there haven't been a lot of businesses that decide to open because almost all businesses in San Francisco can go online because of the nature of San Francisco.
Yeah.
So we're good. We're really good at this. Unless Elon Musk, by the way, you know what he did the other day? He threatened to pull out of California and move to China if we didn't open. And also fucking Gavin Newsom. That's another export of ours. Gross. Okay. And finally, speaking of, I don't know what the fuck, I don't know how to segue into this. Some fucking, just imagine me saying something about limp dicks and step candles. I don't know. We're going to talk about the media of quarantine.
Yeah.
Discuss what movies and TV. Yeah. Oliver, you go first.
So pretty much this is going to be, I've actually been keeping lists since quarantine started, because honestly, back when quarantine first started, I kind of expected it to be a 1, maybe 2 month thing. So I'm like, I'm going to keep a list of every single game I play, or like most games I play, or like most movies or TV that I watch, so I could talk about it at some point on a podcast. This is back before I even had the idea for the podcast. I started keeping lists instead of stuff. So anyway, let me go. Actually, Ben, I actually got to check my email very quickly because I emailed myself a list. So if you want to get that going, you can.
So in the meantime, let me do a little advertisement. The Waste of Time podcast. Make sure to listen every single week. We drop it almost every Tuesday, maybe a Sunday, maybe a few. Oliver is the host. He brings on different guests. Sometimes I come on. Sometimes
it's been you every single day so far.
Yeah, it's been me. I'm very excited to transition into being a guest. I love being a guest. I love doing this podcast. It's really awesome.
It's like it's also because I've not been able to get anyone else.
If you have a topic you want us to talk about,
yeah.
You want us to talk about, you can always message me.
Again, the email that I created specifically for my YouTube channel, Traffic is Still Open, that's Jenkins123, Jenkins123@gmail.com. That's JENKINS123, JENKINS123@gmail.com. That email is specifically made just for handling my YouTube stuff. So send anything YouTube related there.
Jenkins!
Anything you normally post, so pretty much, anything you normally want to post, like a Craigslist post, send it over there, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to see the stupid, send us the stupidest shit you've ever seen. We're gonna laugh at it. It'll be really fun. It'll be fun for us. It'll be fun for you. Just have a really good time. The Waste of Time podcast is brought to you by absolutely nobody. Okay, we are not bought yet. But if anyone wants to sponsor us,
again, yeah, redirect anything over to that email address.
Yeah, exactly. Jenkins31.
Yeah, I'll put it in the description for both. I think for both SoundCloud and.
Oh my god! the YouTube, you need to make it flashing like blah blah blah, and like have the alarm behind it so it just flashes.
I could do that. All my on-screen text I use is from a mobile app called Vaunt. Anyway, so okay, isolation media, films. I've not watched actually a lot of films. I've been watching more TV. I watched Birds of Prey. That was honestly by far the best superhero-ish thing I've seen in several years. Very, very good film. Well choreographed. Oh, where's my email gone? There it is. My email's back. I watched Hot Fuzz before it was rudely removed from Netflix. That thing has been on there for I think 6 years now, and they took it off Netflix. Fucking pain in the ass. Good film. Directed by Edgar Wright. Just great film. Hot Fuzz. Also has Timothy Dalton being Timothy Dalton, so of course it's gonna be good. I've watched two of the original two of the more adult-oriented animated Teen Titans movies, which were the 2017 the Judas Contract and 2016 Justice League versus Teen Titans, which is a lot of fun. So yeah, Ben, what have you been watching in terms of movies? What are you saying?
So, I normally don't watch a lot of movies, but in the quarantine, my parents, in these quarantines, my parents have been forcing me to watch movies at family movie night. Honestly, so the first movie we watched was Jojo Rabbit. I like that one a lot.
I've been to see that. I actually want to see that. Was it good?
Yeah, it was actually really good. I think you'd like it.
Yeah. I want to see it, yeah.
1917 was like, I don't think you'd like it. It's like a super historical movie, and my family didn't really like it.
I sat through Dunkirk and really enjoyed that, so I don't think we're going to try 1917. Same
so
sort of thing.
accurate.
Did you ever watch Dunkirk?
1917 is really fucking awesome. I never watched Dunkirk. I honestly, I haven't watched a lot of movies before.
I mean, I take it to be a similar sort of thing in terms of the style of the film, so I watched Dunkirk, didn't really care for it. It was very historical, so again, 1917, like, while it got a lot of praise for a lot of good stuff, doesn't really seem like my type of film.
1917, it looked great. It was just so accurate too. I don't know, it's a me thing. And then also we watched this, I totally fucking forget what it was. It was a really shit movie. Like, it was one of the shittiest fucking movies I've ever seen.
What was it?
It was like, it was on Netflix. I totally forget. It was the one where there was like, they extract fucking spinal fluid from people that have powers to make a drug, and then it's just that there's no character development at all. It's the we need to watch that on Netflix Party.
Yeah. Wait. Okay.
It is so
bad. Ben, was it a new film?
It was. I was like 20. It was made in the 2000s.
Oh, okay.
For sure. Late 2010.
They put Minority Report on Netflix finally. That's a 2-hour long Tom Cruise movie. Wait, is that Tom Cruise? I think it's Tom Cruise. I don't remember. Anyway, so yeah. Now I'm gonna go on to the TV shows I've watched. Wait, Ben, have you watched anything else apart from that in movies?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sorry. I watched Death of Stalin. That is so good. The Death of Stalin is one of my favorite movies. I would definitely recommend it. And also, last night I watched Election, which is this fucking 1999 movie that I would never, ever, ever suggest that you watch. It was disgusting. It was like student-teacher relationship. It was one of the grossest, campiest, cheesiest fucking movies I've ever seen.
Why did you watch it?
It told all its stories through dialogue because my mom wanted to watch it.
Oh, I watched The Other Guys. That film is fucking hilarious. Other Guys, very good. It's kind of, I would say it's America's response to Hot Fuzz, because same sort of like over the top, like overly little, like it pretty much kind of is like, it's pretty much just like a parody of all the action cliches and like action tropes and action films, like over the top parody. I would say it's America's, but like they both came out like within a few years of each other, so definitely not that. But anyway, so The Other Guys, really funny film. Anyway, so yeah, what TV shows have you been watching?
So I've literally watched 2, Tiger King and Ozark. Ozark is, you know what Tiger King is.
Yeah, I know, but we need to continue the Tiger King watch thing on Netflix Party. We need to continue doing that.
We definitely do, but not right now, because, AP.
But we did one like a month ago. Before we even started this podcast, we did Netflix Party, which was, if you guys don't know, Netflix Party is pretty much, you watch Netflix, it's a Chrome extension, allows you to watch Netflix along with your friend, as long as you guys both have actual accounts, and you can group chat via text, like on-screen text. Pretty cool.
You can also move throughout the thing. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna make it so only I can do that because last time we skipped through a bunch of stuff and there was some stuff at the end that was.
You were the one who skipped.
But anyways, yeah, it was my fault. It really was my fault. But also, I've been watching Ozark, and Ozark is a really wonderful show, and I think everyone here would enjoy it. There's so much blood, it's so fun. It's like about criminals. It's about criminals. Yes, very descriptive. Yeah, it's one of my favorite shows.
That's good. That's super descriptive, Ben. It's about.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Very helpful.
It's about people.
It's pretty much. I got a DC Universe subscription, which is $7 a month, which is comics and a lot of other stuff. So I've been watching. They actually have all the original Teen Titans episodes on there. So I've pretty much been like a lot of the stuff on my TV show has pretty much been me reliving my, I guess, like years 10 through 15 of my life via TV. So like the OG Teen Titans 2003 2005, that one, the original one. Teen Titans Go, not the shitty not the shitty TV show, the comic which came before that, which was it's kind of confusing actually. There was actually a comic series called Teen Titans Go, which was in 2006, which was based on the original Teen Titans TV series. Anyway, so it's kind of I've also watched Titans, which is I'll say it's the anti-Teen Titans Go. It is the absolute opposite. It is dark and gritty as hell. It is very, very well acted. I like that a lot. Titans, it's live action one. It's very, very good. Season 3 is now on hold thanks to coronavirus. Blech. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, I was watching Doom Patrol, which is pretty much Titans, but a little bit more humor in it, a little bit funnier. Same universe as well. It actually shares the universe with Titans. And it actually shares the cinematic universe with Titans as well. I've also watched a lot of stuff about classic, like multiple classic car shows and car shows like Top Gear US, Top Gear UK. Paradise PD, which was Netflix's, I guess, I don't know what to call it. It's in the same universe and it shares the same voice cast as Brickleberry, if you remember that show from 2013, 2015. A very off-kilter comedy show. It's I would say it's in the same genre as Family Guy and American Dad, that kind of thing, but it's made by Netflix. It's actually like a continuing narrative, which is quite funny. It's a funny show if you like that stuff. Like it's very offensive humor, and full warning if you do actually intend to watch it, since it's on Netflix, they can and they do show cartoon nudity, quite a bit of it. If you're planning on watching that, I mean, but like most of the time, it's shown for laughs. It's not, it's ridiculous. It's on Netflix, so they don't have to have like it doesn't have to be aired on any major network, so they don't have to have all the types of standards on there. So it's that type of show. It's very over the top comedy humor. So Paradise PD. As well as Brickleberry, which was actually the same as I said before, pretty much the same voice cast, but on Comedy Central. I binge watched Storage Wars on Netflix, the Canadian version.
Storage Wars.
In 2 days. I binge watched. Sorry. Yep. Oh boy, it was interesting. I have Titans on my list twice for some reason. Oh yeah, Get Smart. I watched the Get Smart original TV show. I actually have a Netflix disc of that from Netflix DVD from years ago. Oh boy, but that show was like, I think it was like written or directed by Mel Brooks. It was a good show. They made a very shitty film out of it, and then they canceled another one. And then of course I've been doing the YouTube challenge, which is I've been doing Netflix and YouTube challenge pretty much where I have to watch whatever's in my suggest queue from Netflix and YouTube. Which is why in the last 2 weeks I've rewatched all of Total Drama.
Total Drama Island.
That show, honestly, that was one of my favorite things to watch back when it was like that thing 2007, 2015, and I guess to be fair, actually, I didn't even realize this. It was still going up until January of this year with Total Drama Rama, which was formerly known as Total Drama Daycare, which was pretty much that, but. It still is a very funny show, and they're actually gonna try to continue it back to its normal non Y7 rated format, hopefully soon. It was a funny show because like it's a perfect example I think of a show that you can watch it and enjoy it as a 12-year-old, which it's kind of like 12 to 14-year-old audiences, but like then looking back at like as an 18-year-old like I am now, there are plenty of adult references, especially in like so. Cartoon Network has a very weird thing where it censors some stuff that doesn't need to be censored at all. It censored Communal Bathroom with a joke about communion. because fucking of course it did.
Of course.
And there's a lot of Cartoon Network. They changed just in the first season alone, 2007. There were 94. Like it's not like so. If you had Total Drama was a Teletoon show from Canada originally. Before even and it was also of course also more known for Cartoon Network as well. But just in the first season alone, like just to be clear, the original version right on Canada did not have any swearing or anything like that. Right, the worst I think it had was frickin' and a little bit of pixelated nudity, and a little bit of censored cartoon nudity. Right. Cartoon Network. They were close. Oh boy, there's 2016 for you. But yeah, I think it was like yeah. But I think it was like just in the first season alone, they censored like 94 things in it. I think it was weird. But yeah, again,
when I was watching it, I felt that too. You know, I kind of felt that they were censoring stuff. It was like. Oh no, it was kind of weird, but it was like it is adult humor. Like,
yeah. Oh no, it is. Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely like.
It made you feel like you were older than you were.
Yeah, it can be enjoyed as both like a 10-year-old, 12-year-old, or as like a 18. It's still a lot of fun. It has some good writing in it. But yeah, Total Drama as well. I've also I've pretty much just been watching Netflix, a little bit of Hulu, and also because like now Family Guy. It's like also Total Drama. The official Total Drama YouTube channel has released pretty much all the seasons in full on their own YouTube channel officially. So if you want to go watch that, go ahead, do that. But like Family Guy and American Dad have also been put on by various YouTubers on Netflix. On YouTube for free, as well as Archer. I've been watching a lot of Archer as well. Archer was a good show that went down the tubes real quick.
Well, I've never really watched Archer. Honestly, I've been busy just talking to my friends, watching YouTube videos, playing Zoom call games. I've honestly not ever been super fucking bored. That's like the big thing for me. Like,
I have been a few times.
I've always had something to do.
I have been a few times. I think last time I was bored was a few weeks ago that I started doing the Netflix recommended challenge. Also, the reason that Total Drama is even recommended to me by Netflix is like so for a while, right? So I think it's like my family's had Netflix since it was first created. Back when it was still a DVD order service. We actually had DVD order up until I think a few years ago. In fact, Netflix still has 3 times its digital library on. It has 3 times more than that on DVD order, even though no one really uses it anymore. Anyway, but it was like we had like Netflix Instant Player. I guess it's now Netflix Digital since we first started doing that, and I've had my own side of the account since then. So since like 2010, I so pretty much just still recommending things like when I was like 8 years old, pretty much for no reason. Anyway, Ben, we've been going for 45 minutes. We gotta wrap this up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank y'all very much for listening to this podcast. I guess.
And this is probably my favorite one to record so far. I think.
Yeah. Honestly, like at the beginning, I was not gonna lie. I was looking at a housing contract, but at the end, it's been pretty good. And I really did enjoy. I did enjoy filming this. And what's my album decision day? Stream it. Sorry.
Yeah, I think also because it's also probably like, I guess the most niche of the podcast because we were full disclosure, we were talking about the Hornets thing and then we decided to do that next week when we've got more time to research that.
Yeah, I don't even know what they are. I've never actually heard of African murder. I think I've been so out of the loop recently because I've just been.
Because I heard of it once and wanted to talk about it, but I also didn't really want to research it very quickly and get a lot of it wrong. Because like, if we want to talk about something like that, I want to get all the details correct. So anyway. Whew, thank you for listening. This has been a fun one.
Attack of the Killer Bees.
No.
Buzz, motherfucker.
And with that, this is wrapping up. Let's talk. This is not. No, I mean.
Let's talk wasted time.
Pretty much, yeah. I am, as you can clearly see, I am tired. I think I got a lot of sleep last night. I was up late doing schoolwork. Anyway, point being, let's talk cars. Waste time, whatever this is. Good night.